How overwhelmed are you at this area?
Oh my gosh, there's so many places I want to stop and see. Like, there's so much BLM. I didn't even know like that Grand Staircase Escalante was that huge, that area. I'm excited about this White Pocket area though, because it's supposed to be like the wave, and obviously you have to do the lottery to do that. So this makes it a little bit more accessible, because when you're out here on a trip like this, and unless you come just for the lottery or just for the wave and you're kind of like dedicated around it, this makes it to where we can go to it.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Especially when you have this thing right here and you see all of these little like national there's so many, like this is more than national parks, and so it's like I want to get that, I want to get that, I want to get that. How much out of the way? Like the other day whenever we went to the Navajo National Monument, like what, we went an hour, 2 hours?
2.5.
Yeah, we just made like a little quick trip to see it, and there's just so much out here.
There's so much. The next goal was to camp on the north rim of the Grand Canyon. And that is definitely going to happen, although because of the area that we're in, I don't know that it's going to happen tonight. Because we have learned that we're on the border of Utah and Arizona. We've got the north rim of the Grand Canyon to our south, which is the direction that we're headed now. We've got the Vermillion Cliffs National Monument in an area called White Pocket that's going to be to our east, and Grand Staircase Escalante is to our north. There's just so much. Rob actually sent me the coordinates to White Pocket. He said, man, if you're in that area, you got to go there. So that is today's agenda, is White Pocket and that Vermillion Cliffs area. Whether or not we camp in that area tonight or continue on to the Grand Canyon tonight, I don't know. We're just gonna kind of play it by ear and see how it goes and see what we can find. So that's the plan. I've got Goose in here with me, Cara's behind me with Izzy, and we're gonna have an amazing day.
You mentioned me about being overwhelmed. There's just so many things out here also to like photograph. So not only like it's like Overlanding Disney World. Like you can come out here and take pictures if you want to and spend your whole trip around pictures, or you can come out here and tour the parks and the passport things, or you can come out here and like find new land. Like, how do you want to choose this adventure?
This road may be stupid rough and washboardy, but man, the views sure are nice. This is a really cool spot. You got the green, more rolling hills on the right, and then the jagged red rocks to the left. We're driving right down the middle of it. This area is incredible. Driving along and saw those multicolored layers over there. So pretty. Just sitting there, standing out amongst the red rock. Like, wow. we came back to get the camera, noticed this written on the back of the sign. Very dangerous. This road should be closed.
Interesting.
Cool. I thought it was funny that the sign said two-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. Know the difference. So maybe that is something to say about the technical nature of this road. And then I'm guessing someone in a Prius came back and wrote that message on the back. We'll see. But I am excited to get off the main dirt road and onto this trail and see what we can get into back here.
I do have to say, when I see the sign that says this road should be closed, very dangerous, four-wheel drive, all the things, I typically think of that as a challenge. I want to get out here and see what we can do and test the vehicles and all the things. But it also is kind of like unnerving because you don't know who wrote that, you don't know what they were willing and how long and what kind of vehicle and all those things. It's also kind of like you're in new terrain. You don't know what you're going to be experiencing.
Already seen several nice campsites off this road. No epic views or anything, but tucked into these trees, nice and secluded. Oh.
I know in the previous video, Matt mentioned the Cheetos in the can. Love those. I was the one that discovered those, and he stole mine. And then he still has mine, so I went and got me some Chex Mix. I love Chex Mix. It's really good to snack on. And according to the bag, what does it say? 60% less fat than regular potato chips. So bonus. But these things, these right here, these are like little poop discs. I don't like those. And you know they make a whole bag just of those things? No, thank you.
If we keep finding cool little places like this, it may take us a while to get there. But this is so neat. Looks like turtle shells or something. That's cool.
Yeah, that was a pretty good spot. I think you'd like it. You just want to go sleep?
Let's go to the left here.
Okay.
I'm surprised there haven't been campsites tucked into these rock blobs and stuff. Like there's been none. once again, I mean, we're in an area completely, radically different than anything we've been through so far in southern Utah and Arizona. And it's just radically different, like just crazy cool. It just blows my mind how much variety there is out here. Really such a small area. I mean, I could just do this, just explore this type of stuff, just every day, all day. Goose is excited about it too. We have a gate. No worries. Interesting area with a bunch of gates and fences.
Gonna shut the gate back.
Yeah, as soon as I get past that little obstacle. We're driving through an area called Poverty Ranch, and it definitely looks kind of poverty-ish.
Looks like some kind of well. I'm going over there.
Maybe those vehicles belong to the person that wrote that this was a dangerous road out here. We're coming up here to an area called the Cottonwood Teepees, which I'm anxious to see what those look like. But there's a little spot here on the Gaia Overland layer that says Pile of Pancakes, and I'm real curious to see what that looks like. Well, this Cottonwood Cove requires an advanced permit to hike back in there, which we don't have, which is unfortunate because the view up here is pretty spectacular. I guess that's the Cottonwood Teepees. Oh, but that's the teepees right there.
Yeah.
That's cool. And you got the Vermillion Cliffs over there. I'm guessing that's that pancake rock that's on the map. Doesn't look like a pancake though. Luckily, I have a drone, so I can fly in there. Let's see if I can get close enough. It is not legal to take off, land, and operate inside that area, but I am outside that area, and it's okay to fly into it. So that's good. Man, if we didn't have the dogs and we had the permit, that was unreal. That was crazy. We're gonna go down this area, dead ends, but you can get closer to the teepees this way. And this is extremely deep sand, high clearance 4x4 only, so it should be awesome. I've done more sand driving in 2024 than I have my entire life leading up to this point. It's actually a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Goose gets him running around in the sand.
Yeah.
Izzy's busy sleeping. The prickly pear are in bloom and they're beautiful. Definitely a better view of the teepees from here. Well, that was well worth the stop and the detour. But now we are going to press on and head over to White Pocket, which is super cool. Does not require any kind of permit. And according to Rob, there is one campsite right by it that hopefully no one's in. Maybe we can get lucky. All right, we made it to White Pocket. There is another couple camping down here, but they said there's plenty of room for all of us. Nice older couple from Louisiana. So we're gonna hike on out here and see what we can find. We are camped really close to the rock feature. Our neighbor said the best place to go in was to hike down that wash to the base of that bluff line and come up here to this crack and then enter in from here. That was not an easy hike in this deep sand.
Yeah.
Well, it sure is cool here. It's awesome. Okay, I'd say that was worth it. Holy cow, look at that. That's incredible. The waves and the textures, then the view out in the distance, holy crap. This is incredible. This is unlike any place I've ever seen in my life. Oh, it looks like some alien head. So crazy. This earth is just full of crazy wonders. Wow. Kind of gets me emotional thinking that I get to explore these places and film them and share them with you, and you watch them, and I appreciate that a lot. I don't take it for granted. What you think, babe?
Honestly, it's emotional.
It is.
It's just so pretty, and I've just never seen anything like it. And I would imagine this is kind of what the wave is, but just being able to experience it, and we just walked in here, and it's just like I can't get past this point.
No, this is such a small part.
It's just so pretty.
Izzy says, "Wait for me, I got widow eggs." There's Kara's Jeep in the distance. Mine's behind the trees. Climbed up here on top. Come on, puppies! Good boy. Good boy. Hey, Izzy, good girl. Good girl. Bumpers. These geometric patterns in the rocks kind of make you feel like you're walking on some giant prehistoric Godzilla-sized tortoise back. That's just crazy. But to Izzy's dismay, I'm giving her a break from running around. With her long hair, she gets hotter than Goose does, faster. Holy cow. It's like you're just walking on a Martian landscape. Look at that. Absolutely unreal. I keep saying that. What kind of crazy oasis is this? And I saw this from the drone, but I couldn't tell that it was like this. Look at that. That is crazy. I've never seen anything like that before. Look how the roots go up into the crack. Did you get a stick? Izzy, did you get a stick?
See if it'll go in there real quick.
I've got dinner going. Just doing a real easy chicken and sun-dried tomato basil pesto pasta thing. Real easy. Kara's over here editing her photos. Dang. That's gorgeous.
So pretty. I'm glad I went over here and got this different.
Well done, babe.
Thanks.
I don't think either one of us expected today in this place to be this incredible.
Yeah, no. I mean, I had high expectations, but then whenever I got out here, it was just like blown away.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the coolest place ever.
It's way freaking cool. And it was just like every little way you turned, it changed things.
And as the sun changed, it changed.
Yeah.
As the sun started setting, the light changed and the colors changed and
Yeah.
the textures changed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
White, what's this place called? White
Pocket.
Pockets. That's I keep wanting to say White Point, White Project, but it's not right. White Pocket. Why is it pocket?
Because it's a pocket.
Well, it's a pocket. I don't know. Anyway, if you ever get a chance to come to White Pocket, the trail's not hard to get. The trail isn't tactical.
There's 2 ways in.
Yeah, but definitely put White Pocket on your bucket list because there's no permits required here like the Wave, and it doesn't require a 6-mile hike either. So I think we may have.
I mean, a lottery.
Yeah, lottery. Yeah, I think we may have walked 6 miles all over that thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
And we'll probably do it again tomorrow.
fun. And the dogs did fantastic. They
Loved
walked
it.
a bunch
They
all
loved
over
it.
it. Where's Izzy?
She's
Izzy's already out. Goose is chewing on the bone. So, but tomorrow we do head to the Grand Canyon.
You think so?
Yes, we will camp on North
I keep
Rim
changing his
of
plans
the Grand
every
Canyon.
day. Every day,
No.
I'm like, what are we going to do now?
Yeah, tomorrow we will head to the Grand Canyon. We will camp on the North Rim of the Grand Canyon tomorrow
We're
night.
going to the Grand Canyon for the mere reason as I have to get the cancellation stamp in my passport book.
You can't get it on North Rim.
I know, but I'm just saying we're going to get it on the South Rim, so we've got to go.
Yeah.
We got to go.
Yeah. Are you ready to get out of bed? Oh, you purchase.
No, I don't want to get out of bed.
Meanwhile. Good morning. We are taking a quick stroll out onto the White Pocket. See what the morning light is like out here. Still very nice. Not quite as good as sunset yesterday, but pretty nice nonetheless. And then we are going to head out and head to the Grand Canyon, the north rim of the Grand Canyon, and see what we can find in that area. Izzy and Goose have been so awesome on this trip. I think Izzy's gonna be a great little camp pup. All right, time to leave White Pocket.
You out first?
Yep, I got it first.
Did you say?
Yeah, I'll go first.
You quitting this?
I'm going to, yeah. Apparently, there are a couple Toyotas struggled to get out of this deep sand uphill, so we'll see how it goes. That's a piece of cake. I don't know what that FJ's deal was.
I don't know either. And apparently they said a lot of people don't make it out of there.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have more incredible things to see today. We've got to first get out of the Vermillion Cliffs area, which is the area that we're in. We got to get out of this area. We'll hop on pavement for a little while, get down to the north rim of the Grand Canyon area, air back down again, and head off and find camp for the night. So that's the plan. Thanks for joining along with us.
So we have officially left the White Pocket area. That was incredibly beautiful. It was kind of overwhelming to be able to walk over all of these rock formations and the different swirls and the colors, and then the mountains in the background and the sunset last night. Wow, that was incredible. It was like a spiritual kind of experience, just being out there with nature and seeing everything. I don't know if y'all get that. I know Matt's mentioned it in the past, you know, we are Christians, and just getting out there and connecting, it's just a different level. But anyways, we are headed to the north rim of the Grand Canyon, and I'm super excited because I've never seen the Grand Canyon, neither has Matt, and so this is going to be an awesome day. We're already starting off in the sand again, so I am super excited about that. I love going through the sand. I like to take my traction control off, and whenever I did the training with Nina Barlow, with Barlow Adventures out in Glamis, she does Rebel Rally training, so good. She calls it riding in cursive, how you drive through the sand with your vehicle and just how you swoop through the areas, and it's kind of like a graceful ballet that you do with the tires and the sand. So it's kind of cool.
I am super pumped about seeing the Grand Canyon. I have only seen it from the air, flying to California one day many years ago, and never seen it from the ground. Cara's never seen it, so super pumped we're gonna get to see it and camp on the rim, on the north side. The official North Rim Visitor Center is still closed. Today is the 14th, and I think they may be open. I think they're supposed to open tomorrow. I'm not sure. Sometime soon they're supposed to open, but they're not supposed to be open today. So we will be in the national forest that skirts the north rim of the Grand Canyon up here. The McNabb National Forest, I think. So super pumped about that, and excited about these trails getting out of here. The sand is fun to drive in, and we saw so many beautiful things driving through the Vermillion Cliffs area, getting to White Pocket. This is all new, heading south, so curious to see what this is like.
Places just hit you a little different, and they're magical, and you go there and you experience it, and you leave, and when you leave you feel like you've left a piece of you behind, but also that you're going on and taking that memory with you and just that experience with you. And that's what's really beautiful about being out here and being able to travel and to go places and experience everything. Like, you are changed because of the destinations, because of the journey itself. You learn things about you, you learn things about the culture that you surround yourself in, the terrain, all of it affects you. It's kind of beautiful, and White Pocket will forever be that place for me.
I wonder what we have here. Some sort of ranch. This is open cattle grazing all through this area, but this is kind of cool. Well, we've hopped off the trails that are now on, I guess, one of the main dirt roads through here. And it is awful. I want to go back to the trail and the sand. This is just rough and miserable. But looking at the map of this Vermillion Cliffs area, it is crazy how many trails there are out here on the highway. But I mean, there's just, oops, too much. There we go. There's just trails all over the place. There's a ton. Whoa. This would be an incredible place to just come explore for a few days. And one of these days, we will. Nice view of the valley out there. Views out here have just been incredible. We made it out of the Vermillion Cliffs and are now just on the main county road that is real rough and dusty, and we are headed to the Grand Canyon. At least what this road lacks in comfort level, it makes up for in the views, because this is maybe one of the worst rutted roads I've ever been on. It's awful, but the views help. Definitely help. Well, I've never been more excited to reach pavement in my life. That was awful. But we're airing back up because we do have a little bit of pavement travel to do before getting to the, turning off to the Grand Canyon. So airing back up, let the pups go potty, and then we'll head that way. Well, we stopped at this Jacob Lake Inn for lunch and gas too. And oh my gosh, it was delicious. The best chicken sandwich I've ever had, I think. And Cara's burger was really good too. So, Jacob Lake Inn, highly recommend.
So we just got through having an amazing sandwich at Jacob Lake Inn, and now we are headed to camp along the North Rim. And after eating that sandwich, I'm so tired. Hey Izzy, you wanna drive? You wanna drive and let me sleep?
We're driving through the Kaibab, I think is how it's pronounced, National Forest, getting to the place where we're going to take off on Forest Service roads. And oh my gosh, it's gorgeous up here. I didn't realize that we were at like 8,600 feet elevation up here. I don't know why, but it's beautiful. So different than where we were this morning. Well, we've made it on dirt, and I'm anxious to see what this is like. There's still snow up here, which is crazy. Might want to air down. Do you want to air down?
Right now it's keeping me awake. You want to air me down, and then I'll take a nap while you're doing that.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely going to keep you awake. There's no way you can fall asleep on this stuff. Yeah, let's air down. It's amazing how much smoother it is when you air down the tires. Curious to see if this road is all this to camp, or if it gets smaller and more off-roady. I really didn't expect us to be at this elevation. I hope that we don't freeze tonight.
I will not camp. I will drive, so I'll find a hotel.
She probably would. I think we'll be okay. I don't think it's going to be any colder than the first couple nights we camped in Utah. Let's see, we want 610. Oh, there's someone camping up here. We are getting real close, and I am very concerned. Not about the rain, because we can handle the rain. We've got awnings, and I mean, we're fine with the rain. And I don't think it's going to last long. It's the temperatures, because as we have continued down this road, the temperatures have been dropping and dropping and dropping. It's now 45 degrees. I think we are properly equipped to sleep comfortably down to 40, but I wasn't prepared for temps in the 30s, or maybe even lower, considering the elevation we're at just under 9,000 feet. So, we'll see. We will see what happens. We didn't come prepared for cold weather camping. I don't have the blankets for it. I don't have the sleeping bag for it. We really don't even have the clothes for it. So, we'll see.
I never would thought of aspens whenever I come to the Grand Canyon. It's definitely not what I imagined.
No, this is not where we're camping. This is our very first view of the Grand Canyon.
It's quite grand.
It's very grand.
Yeah.
Look how flat the south rim is over there. That's crazy.
I want to like get to that point.
Not having it happen.
Why?
Because you'll die.
Why?
Because you can't hike out there.
You can't?
Do you not see these sheer bluff lines over here?
I feel like there's a trail of it.
No. You got rappelling gear?
I feel like there's a trail.
No.
I do, like in the woods.
No, there's no trail unless you can rappel.
I bet you. No, not
Or
that
base
point.
jump.
That one up there. Like it looks like it just goes along the ridge.
Huh.
Bet.
Oh. Well, we have a predicament. The road that was supposed to take us to our camp says road closed. Which sucks because a good friend of mine gave me this campsite and said, ooh, go to that one, it's awesome. And so that's where we were going.
From Keeley, where are you at today?
And that van is in the prime spot down here. I mean, we could share this spot, but I'd rather not because he is actually on the edge. And that's where I want to be. I mean, I don't want to park. I don't want to camp over here. Camping over here is lame. I want to camp over there, where he is. Well, Cara drove up to there to get a better look. I mean, it had great potential, but she said it was obstructed by trees. So, I think we may drive up to that point right there and see.
So we are headed back to find different campsites. That one had a van in it, so Matt went down a last road, and so I'm going on ahead because the road that he went down did not have anything, and so I am going to see if I can find a different one that I see here on the map that looks like it ends at a pretty good spot. It just depends on if someone's there or not.
Well, right now Cara and I are kind of dividing up and scouting trails. There was a possible alternate route to where the campsite we wanted to be at went to, but it didn't. It was overgrown and closed up, so I'm heading back out. Now, Cara's heading to another one that she saw on the map, and we're just going to start exploring. And every little dead-end road that ends at the canyon, we're going to go check it out. Because one of them's got to be great, right?
So I told Matt that this was not completely an open area to see the the canyon, and so he thinks that we can find a little bit better. So now I'm gonna make my way back out. And it was a little tight coming through here. So, I mean, yeah, it's interesting.
All right, the hunt begins for camp. Just can't be easy, can it? But we do have these beautiful drives through the forest. Aspen trees that do not have any buds on them yet. I'd say the trails in this area are pretty well maintained. Goose is ready for camp. He's like, can you hurry up now? Made it to Marble Viewpoint. And nobody's here. Nobody's here. There's firing. Alrighty. Alright, we didn't like that view. We can do better at the Grand Canyon. And if no one's in this spot, this has an epic view. Someone's here. Yep, we got someone here. But big Ram 2500. I think we could share this spot though. Yeah, wow, this has a view. Yeah, Cara, come down here. I mean, there is somebody down here, but I think we're far enough apart that we can share it. Well, there was this very wonderful spot tucked in away from the very nice gentleman from Mississippi with the big ram. But heck of a view. Very nice view. But I think this will do nicely. It didn't quite have the view that I was hoping for, but it's pretty darn epic. I mean, I'll take it. The North Rim Visitor Center does open tomorrow. So we are close, and tomorrow we will go into the Visitor Center and check out and get the views actually from the Visitor Center and, you know, that actual national park thing. And then we're going to drive around and go to the South Rim, I think. And then we have to head to Flagstaff by tomorrow late afternoon. So that's the plan. We're just going to set up camp here and enjoy this evening. We are very protected from the wind in this spot, which is great. So I think we got a winner. Come on, Izzy. Let's go see the Grand Canyon. Come on. Let's go see it. Come on. Let's go see it. Everybody thinks of the Grand Canyon as the national park, but everything that you see out here and the land that we're on now is national forest land. The Kaibab National Forest, and there's actually, you can see some of them, there's Forest Service roads down there, and there's additional camping down there on the edge of the Colorado River canyon out there. It would take us several hours to get down there from here, but that'd be pretty awesome too. That rain cloud dropping rain out there in the valley is beautiful. The ground here is just covered in all these little yellow and white flowers, little tiny ferns. I mean, sunrise at 5 a.m. 4:50.
Actually, yeah, first light's 4:52. The golden hour is 5:03.
5:03.
Yeah. Probably around 5:15.
I don't see how these Arizona people do this.
Sounds amazing.
No, 5 a.m. for a sunrise did not sound amazing.
The Rebel Rally.
7 a.m. sounds amazing for a sunrise.
Rebel Rally, you have to get up at like 4.
We're not at the Rebel Rally.
Every day is training for the Rebel Rally.
And the Rebel Rally doesn't take place in Arizona. It takes place in a place that likes sunlight in the afternoons. It is so windy walking out here. I am glad that we found this spot protected by the trees. There's almost no wind over there. Oh, Cara absolutely hates the cold and the wind, and she has found herself a little office in her little nook in the trees, protected from the wind, a little bit warmer back in here. So this is where Cara will be.
You need to move the Jeep right over here, right here.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, angle it next to the fireplace, flat.
But then it doesn't have the morning view.
You walk 5 feet and you get out of the morning view. This way we're cozy and comfy at night when we're setting up here around camp and we don't just immediately get in the tent.
Huh.
Here, Goose. Goose, come here. Goose, come here. Come here, bud. You remember whenever I said I like to be tucked away and protected, and Matt likes to be on the edge of a cliff? Yeah. Now we're moving our camp to be protected.
Two Frenchies fighting over a stick. Dinner time for the pups. And as I feared earlier, temps are dropping quite a bit. So, Cara has retreated to the makeshift office, and we have a small electric blanket up there for her, but the cord doesn't reach all the way down to my outlet in the Jeep. But we did bring the little Blue Eddy 200 watt, which with the electric blanket on high only lasts for like less than 4 hours. But the Blue Eddy's plugged into the Jeep, electric blanket's plugged into Blue Eddy, gonna be perfect. Cara and I have retreated to the protection of the tent because the wind keeps picking up and the temps just keep dropping. I was trying to get work done out there. Cara had already been doing work up here, but I couldn't take it anymore. But look at this view.
Yeah, it's a great view.
Look at this.
The Grand Canyon view.
It's awesome.
I love having that window back there.
I do too. Never had a tent with a window like that. Good morning, CP girls. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning from the Grand Canyon. Aside from a little rain that came through overnight, it was quite peaceful. It was also quite chilly, but we stayed nice and warm. This little setup that I showed you last night, I've already unplugged it, but has worked fantastic. That thing's still 100%. And Cara had warm heating blanket all night long. How many pups get to eat breakfast in a place like this? Well, sadly, this part of the adventure has to come to an end. It's time to head to Flagstaff. But first, we are gonna go by the north rim of the Grand Canyon just to check it out because it does open today.
And the south rim.
And we're probably gonna swing around to the south rim on our way to Flagstaff, kind of on the way. But I don't know what their rules are for filming, so we're not gonna film any of that.
Just gonna enjoy it.
Because it's National Park. But kind of wish we had more time here.
Yeah.
But we will soon. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Little different pace than our previous ones, but we needed it.
Yeah, we did.
We got.
It's been fun.
It has. It's been a blast. So thank you guys for watching. Check out the Patreon, subscribe, shop Overland Apparel for all of our merch, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
And if you've seen a lot of our videos, now's the time where Matt's gonna put, where could we go from here? We could go anywhere. I don't know the rest of the song, but today we're going to the Grand Canyon. You're welcome.